The Youngevity UK and Europe Show with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, my name's Jonathan Smith. Welcome to the Youngevity UK and Europe Show with Dr. Wallach. Each week we'll go through the Dead Doctors Don't Lie show and handpick information regarding people's specific health concerns. So listen now as Dr. Wallach gives his expert advice on how to deal with the root cause of illness and disease nutritionally. If you would like further information on the products recommended in the show, they can be found in the description below the video. Enjoy the show.
The Youngevity UK and Europe Show.
I've been saying this probably for the last couple of months. I'm getting such great feedback. I'm going to kind of quickly go through this again. People are just saying, we've never heard that before. Okay? And that is all vertebrates require 90 essential nutrients, 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids. Okay? We require 90 essential nutrients. And then, on top of that, we need secret sauces, special nutrients that are required for our different systems. We're a collection of systems. We have the immune system, we have the reproductive system, we have the respiratory system, the cardiovascular system, we have the digestive system, and on and on and on. There's probably about 20 different systems, and they all have their own secret sauces that are required for them to do their functions. Okay? And some of them are very complex, like the digestive system. You got your stomach, your intestines, your let's see here. You got your liver and your pancreas, the mouth and salivary glands and teeth and chewing and swallowing and tongue and all this kind of stuff. Okay, and so that's just your digestive system. And so you need all these nutrients plus the secret sauces for all this stuff to work. And so it's an education process. Even medical doctors do not get this training in medical school. They don't know anything about this. So the book Hell's Kitchen goes into the transition between coal and wood as fuel. 1882, we switched over to electricity, and there's no ashes left over when you use electricity like there was with wood and coal. And we were using the ashes from wood and coal for fertilizer and for nutrients in our food. And of course, we're talking about the wood ashes and coal ashes were 98% minerals and only 2 or 3% carbon. Well, once we went to electricity, holy moly, none of that stuff. And so that's why we began to have all these diseases that doctors came up with: autoimmune, your body's attacking itself, genetic. Okay, that's why it's in 3 generations. No, none of that's true. Okay, and I first started seeing this in 1977. I was working at the Yerkes Primate Center where they were raising all these baby monkeys to go into space for NASA, and they found the first non-human case of cystic fibrosis, thought to be the classic example of a genetic birth defect. Turned out to be just a simple nutritional deficiency. When I proved it to them, they fired me without, just, here, you're fired, goodbye, because they didn't want to hear that. And then, my attorney, Jonathan Emord, and I, we spent a lot of years suing the FDA in federal court, 8 or 9 times, and won every one of them. My favorite is the lawsuit we won against the FDA to make sure that the baby formulas, Infamil, Similac, and the like, had the minerals put in, especially the minerals like selenium, the trace minerals. And we eliminated cystic fibrosis. We eliminated muscular dystrophy. They fired Jerry Lewis because he brought them the cure. He worked for the Muscular Dystrophy Association for 50 years. He raised $2.5 billion for their research projects. When he brought them all my data to show that there were no such things as genetic forms of muscular dystrophy, they fired him, put a gag order on him so he couldn't say anything, and shut down the telethon after 50 years. Can you believe that? Yeah, well, I do. And then, of course, the really crazy one, doctors are saying that sudden death syndrome, SIDS, is caused by mothers laying on the babies and causing them to die from suffocation. Well, they just died from a hypertrophic cardiomyopathy heart disease, which is a simple selenium deficiency. And once we got the selenium put into the baby formula, you don't hear much about cystic fibrosis anymore. You don't hear much about muscular dystrophy anymore. You don't hear much about sudden death syndrome anymore because I'm the guy who got rid of them by putting these nutrients into the baby formulas.
The Youngevity UK and Europe Show with Dr. Wallach.
Thanks for listening to this week's show. If you're listening on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and for more info on the products mentioned in this week's show, check out the links in the description.